It's been 17 years since LA County Sheriff's Deputy Juan Escalante was shot and killed. For more than a decade, his family's been watching and waiting for the missing piece in their journey towards justice. Now, the last of 6 men who authorities say took part in that murder has been returned to the U.S. from Mexico to face trial. Deputy Escalante was shot and killed outside of his childhood home in Cypress Park. This was back in 2008. Authorities say the father of 3 was ambushed by gang members. Investigative reporter Eric Leonard was in the room when Sheriff Robert Luna announced the arrest just about 90 minutes ago. He's live in downtown Los Angeles with more on what led to this arrest. Eric.
Yeah, homicide detectives and federal agents have been frustrated by all of that for the last 17 years. They knew who they were looking for. They knew he was somewhere in Mexico. They didn't know his exact location, and there were questions about whether or not they could successfully extradite him, assuming he was found. Well, the U.S. Justice Department announced today that the man involved in this case was among more than 24 fugitives returned across the border thanks to some new negotiations with the Justice Department and its officials in Mexico.
Our goal was always very clear: to bring justice to Deputy Escalante's family. We have never forgotten our brother, Deputy Juan Escalante. Justice has been a long time coming, but today we are one step closer.
Deputy Escalante was ambushed and shot to death outside his family home in Cypress Park in August 2008 by members of the Avenue Street Gang. Escalante was leaving for work early in the morning. Detectives said he may have been mistaken for a rival gang member. An intensive search for his killers expanded into a massive law enforcement effort to dismantle the street gang. And in 2009, 88 alleged members were indicted, dozens of them arrested in a racketeering case. The feds alleged Deputy Escalante's murder was part of the gang's violent activity. Then in 2013, the one-time leader of the gang was sentenced to prison, marking the end of that huge federal prosecution. The 6 men suspected of carrying out Deputy Escalante's murder were identified very early on. The gang member who pulled the trigger pleaded guilty in 2012. He was sentenced to life without parole. 4 others were prosecuted and sentenced, leaving only this man, Roberto Salazar, who detectives knew was somewhere in Mexico. Sheriff Luna said Salazar was located and arrested in a town south of Mexico City in March and handed across the border this week.
We would like to thank law enforcement, the district attorney's office, and everyone involved for all of their efforts to bring this suspect into custody after 17 long years. Detectives did an amazing job. It took, I think if my math is right, about 17 years, but we never let go.
Now, Luna shared a very short statement that was relayed from Deputy Escalante's parents. They're out of state. They expressed their gratitude to everybody who's continued to work on this all this many years later. The jail records show that Salazar was booked into the LA County jail system very early this morning. He's expected to make an initial appearance in court tomorrow. Live at the Hall of Justice, I'm investigative reporter Eric Leonard, NBC4 News. Back to you.